Okay, so now we're going to go to number 14. So each figure is made up of 4 equally big cubes and they're colored in. Which figure needs the least amount of color? So how you should approach this is by simply counting all the squares. The ones that you can count are the ones that are on the outside and therefore needs color. So for each one, you just count the number of squares that you can see and you can look at, and then that's good. Okay, so for number A, so you have this pretty simple shape. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, but notice it's kind of like this rectangular prism shape. So you have this front side, this back side, and you have the top and the bottom. So that is 4 sets of 4. So what you want to do is you want to count by 4 until you have reached 4 sets. So you have 4, 8, 12, 16. Okay, so now you have 16 squares, but you also have these 2 side squares. So 16 plus 2 is 18. Now you want to make sure that you write that down somewhere right here. All right, so now we're going to move on to number B, letter B. So you can see on this side you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now just remember there's a back side. There's another 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be 8. So remember the front and the back as a total of 8. So now we got to think about the top, sides, and bottom. So you have 2 for each side, top, bottom. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to count by 2s 4 times. So you have 2, 4, 6, 8. So added to the original 8 from the front and back, that's going to equal 16. And that is what you want to write down. Okay, so this is where things are going to get a little bit more trickier. So what you want to do is you want to count the front. Start with the front. Basically, you have 1, 2, and remember this side here. There's a side. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on the front. So let's look at the back. So as you can see here, there's going to be 3 on the back. So that's going to equal 7, and you're going to want to keep on counting. So now let's go to the top and the bottom. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now remember, there's also a bottom. So you got to count 1, 2, 3, 4 again. So the top and the bottom, when you add it all together, is going to equal 8. And you're going to want to add that to the 7 that you already had. So that's 15. Now you have 2 more and this one right over here. So that's 1, 2, 3. So added to the 15 that you already have, that's going to be 18. So I wrote that wrong here. Apologies. 18. As you can see right here. Make sure you guys write that down. Okay, so now we're going to move on to D. Okay, so for letter D, as you can see, we have this kind of awkward shape over here. So we're going to count 1, and on the side 2, 3, 4. All right, now we're going to move on to the back. Remember, so there's 1 here, and there's 1 there, and there's 2 here. So that is also going to equal 4, which is going to total to 8 as of right now. So now let's count the top and bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Since it is the same shape, there's going to be the same thing on the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4 again on the bottom. That's going to equal 8. And then you want to count the sides. So you have 1, 2, Okay, scratch what I just said. All right, so we already counted the right side accidentally, but that's okay. So now we only have 1 side remaining, and that's with 1. So we had 8 from the front and right side, 8 from the top and bottom, and a 1 at the side. So that is going to give you a total of 17. So now we're going to move on to E. Okay, so now moving on to E. So you can see here we have 3 on the front and 1 on the top, so that's going to be 4. So 4 on the back side and plus 4 on the other side, that's going to be a total of 8. So now we're going to count the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's another 4. So that's going to be 16, wait, no, 8 plus 4, which is also going to be equal to 12. All right, now we're going to keep counting, and